Hi people, welcome to another episode of Randomly Marlie. My glasses are going to be doing that, but it's okay, you can still see me. So today, since I turned 25, or I'm turning, I don't know when I'm going to post this, but at some point in August, so either I'll just be turning or I'd have turned 25. Whoop whoop. And yeah, so I thought that I would do 25 lessons that I've learned in 25 years to celebrate turning 25. So I'm going to just do them over a couple of days, I guess. I have literally like 10 minutes right now. I'm waiting for someone to pick me up. I am going into town or something to do some work. So I'll do like 3, then I'll do another 3 later when I get back. Anyway, generally I'll figure it out, but here we go. So number 1, I would say pursue growth. That's something that I've learned, which I think is very, very important. I sort of grew up being encouraged to do that. My parents were always asking me, okay, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? What's your this? And as a teenager, I was like, dude, I just want to live for today, I don't even know what tomorrow has. I don't, and I sort of found it very irritating. And now I've grown and I'm wiser and everything. And I really wish that I had started doing these things much earlier, but what matters is that I know now, and I know better, and I'm doing better. So I think pursuing growth is important. Like, have a plan for your life. Always be actively trying to grow yourself, trying to learn something new, trying to, being able to have intellectual conversations with people on different things, being able to disagree without there being friction with people, I think is also an important part of growth. So just constantly pursue growth, intellectually, spiritually, mentally, physically. What things are you practically doing to grow yourself in any of those areas? I think is really important. Number two would be expect good, guys. It's something I can't even stress enough. I've learned to expect good for myself, because the world does have good people. I think we focus so much on the badness of this world. Like, I don't know what word to use, but like the negative side of this world. We're like, oh man, human beings were so terrible. Like, I hear people saying that and I'm like, that's you. For me, I know that there are good people in this world and I expect good to happen. And so what that means is that when someone does something good for you, let's say I've not even asked someone to do something, and someone does something good for you, something genuinely, they're looking out for you or they're helping you, I expect that I deserve good. Like, I value myself and I think that I am worth something good being done to. So I don't go around thinking that, oh, now I owe this person for life. Like, someone has genuinely gone out of their way to do something nice for me because they're a nice person, or because I've been a nice person to them, or whatever. Like, good things happen and they don't always have to be tied to something. So I allow myself to receive. I allow myself to be like treated nicely. If someone wants to do something nice and good for me, I receive it. Thank you. But also, as you expect good, do good to others. But really, expecting good is the thing that I want to talk about, because we usually are taught to do good, but we are not taught to expect good. So expect good, guys. You are worth it, you are valuable, and you deserve good things. I would say number 3 is building networks. Build connections. It's something that's so important. It's something that I've learned, and something that I'm now starting to do carefully. And like there's times I would intentionally, is the word, there's times I'll go for like conferences or events, or all sorts of events and things, which may not 100% be within my interest area, but like I hear it and I see what it's about, and I'm like, I'm gonna make some really good connections here. So you go prepared to have conversations with people, prepared to meet new people, prepared to do all these things. So those are things that I do. I have business cards, so I carry those around. My business cards have my socials, they have my phone numbers and everything, so I share all those things with people. You meet people and you actually have conversation, genuine conversation with people. Tell them about what you do, learn about what they do. You never know, you might have a project where you need them on board soon, or they might have a project where they'll need you on board soon, and things like that. Like, connections, I think, save you so much, because there'll be so many times where you're going to struggle with trying to do something, trying to get into a certain place, trying to find certain information, trying to do certain things, yet you have someone who you actually know who could help you get that done in so much shorter, who could help you get that done in the fraction of the time. So build connections intentionally, build your networks it's important to know people, know as many people as you can. Yeah, and don't just go for like top tier people who are the people considered the big wigs in society and whatever. Like everyone, people that you would consider ordinary, people that you would consider big wigs, people that you would consider nobodies. I hope you're not thinking anyone's a nobody really, but like, yeah, people you consider nobodies, like just everyone. Because let me tell you, everyone has a plan and purpose in this life, and any single person at any one point could be the person that is going to help you or that you could help. So build connections. The fourth thing that I've learned is that people are all different. Learn to embrace it. I think for me, it's something that almost took me a really long while to learn or to understand, is that there were certain things about me which, like, I know myself well enough, you know, of course I'm always still learning and whatever, but I know myself well enough, so I know the things that make me happy, the things that I find strange, the things that I don't like and whatever. But just because I don't like something, it doesn't mean that every single other person around me also doesn't like it. You'll find that maybe I don't like certain types of music and another person actually loves it so much. Maybe there's certain things that I don't like to do that another person really loves to do. And you constantly end up getting frustrated by life and frustrated by people if you treat everyone based on the expectation that they like what you like or don't like what you don't like, and treat everyone based on the expectation and the assumption that they're the same as you. Oh, that sounds so deep, y'all. What? But yes, so people are different, so treat them as such and don't expect, like, learn to embrace it. Really, people are different, learn to embrace it. The other thing that I would say is learn to speak up about, for me, the thing that I've learned is learning to speak up about things that are upsetting you. So for a very long time, I think I'm really truthfully just learning to get and getting better at that this year. For a very long time, I've been the type of person who didn't like confrontation, and who just would keep things to myself. And I really thought it was such a good thing and a good character to have, because I'm a peace-loving person. I don't want to fight, to get into arguments with people, to this, that, and the other. But the thing is, the way I was doing it was almost unhealthy, because when someone says something to me, when someone does something that I find offensive or something that has hurt my feelings, I deal with it on the inside. I get angry or I get upset or whatever, and I deal with my emotions all on my own, and then I move on. Truthfully, I would move on from it. I'm like, okay, forgotten, next time, whatever, you know, this, that, and the other. But the thing is, if someone doesn't know that they've hurt you, someone doesn't know that they've upset you, they could very easily keep doing it again and again and again. So you have to learn to speak out about whatever it is. Don't be rude about it, or don't be, don't go shouting at someone, this, that, and the other. Like, just speak from your heart, truthfully, honestly, but share it. Don't keep things to yourself. So always speak about stuff when someone has hurt you, when someone has upset you. Find a peaceable way to be able to talk and have such conversations with someone. It's a healthy thing to be able to communicate your frustrations with someone, and it's a sign of maturity, really, if they're also able to respond in a right way and everything. But yes, so when you're upset, speak about it. Talk to the person that has sort of upset you. Let them know. Don't keep it to yourself. Another one of these things, I don't know the number anymore, is you can't fix people. You can only help someone in their process if they would like the help, if they recognize that there's something that needs helping. But other than that, you really can't fix people, and you're going to constantly break your back and hurt yourself trying to fix people who are not ready and not willing to be fixed. So you can be a nice person and be a kind person, but fixing someone, that's their own responsibility, not yours. Learned that the hard way. Okay, number 9. My mom always says to me, there are 5 agreements. I think it's from a book, but I don't know, she read them somewhere. There are 5 agreements, all of which I can't remember right now. But one of those agreements, like, those are things like to self. One is don't take things personal. The other one that I'm here to speak about today is seek first to understand and then to be understood. And I feel like since I understood that message and really let it resonate in my mind, I just have so much more peace in my life. Is that in any given situation, if you're fighting for your own, I don't want to say rights, but like, you're pushing your agenda and it's like, I want you to understand me, listen to what I'm saying, or whatever, it becomes difficult because you're just so focused on yourself, I think, that you're not stopping to consider the other person's reasoning and the other person's feelings and the other person's emotions and what's going through their head and everything. So seek first to understand. Like, take the focus away from yourself, understand the other person. Why did you do this thing? What's happening? This, that, and the other. And then once you've understood that person, then you can seek to be understood and you get your voice out there. So I think it's basically sort of about being the bigger person and also about being selfless. It's that you put yourself aside and say, okay, listen, explain yourself, talk, let me understand your perspective, your point of view, and then let someone understand you. And that makes so much sense. And you find so many times it saves you energy as well and time, because you guys are disagreeing on an issue because maybe you're thinking for the person or you think you've understood where they're coming from or this, that, and the other. Then you hear them out and you understand what they're trying to say and you realize, oh, actually, your point makes sense. You have a valid point, this, that, and the other. And then, there's no need for you to put your point across because they've spoken so clearly and so well and it makes perfect sense. So it's just seek first to understand and then to be understood. If you want peace in your life, just do that one. That's the way to go. Number 10. I hope I'm getting the numbers right. I don't know. Next. Gratitude is a must. And gratitude is a must. Yeah. Blessings fall upon me right hand. Is it right hand? For me life hand? I don't know. But gratitude is a must. Like Kathy said. There is something magical, powerful, and incredible that happens when you focus on the good things happening in your life, when you focus on the things you have around you to be thankful for. So whatever is going on in your life, always take the time out to find something to be grateful for. Make it even a daily routine. Like every morning, wake up and say, wow, I'm so grateful that the sun is shining this morning. Oh, I'm so grateful that it's cold. If you're like me and prefer cold weather, it's like, okay, but also sunshine is really a beautiful gift. So yeah, the sun is out today. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I woke up, my voice is working, I can see, I have health. I'm so grateful because today is going to be a good day. I'm so grateful I have food on my table this morning. I'm so, there are always things that you can be grateful for. And it gives you gas, can I say, to go through with the rest of the day. It gives you something positive to focus on. It gives you a chance to realize and recognize what you have, the things you have to be grateful for. So even in the midst of turmoil, you're able to recognize that, you know what, things are not going great right now, but I still have breath in my mouth, but I still have health, but I'm still making money, I'm able to make money, but I still have a heap load of ideas in my head that I can execute, but I was still able to bless someone today. But there should always be a but in the midst of your turmoils. Gratitude is the most important thing. So gratitude is an absolute must. Your words have power, guys. Your words have so much power. The things you speak over yourself. You've heard stories, you hear stories of people who, constantly throughout their childhood were told, oh, you're so stupid, oh, you can't do anything, oh, this, that, and the other. And they grow up almost angry and with a victim mindset and that kind of thing, thinking that, there's so many things they can't do. And you'll find that those are usually the people who, whenever there's a task at hand, they're never, the first person to come forward and say, let me do it, or let me try, whatever. Because in their minds, they've been convinced beyond reasonable doubt almost that they're stupid and they're not worth anything and they can't do anything. And you find someone who's grown up being told you're smart, you're beautiful, you're confident, you're wise. Every time tasks come up and things like that, they're the first to put their hand up. They're the first to make a suggestion. They're the first to take charge because they know that they have some sort of value. They don't even know that they can do it. They're not 100% sure they can do it, but they're like, I might be able to do something. Let me give it a try. Let's see how it goes. Your words have power. So be careful about the words you speak to others and the words you speak to yourself. Saying things all the time like, oh, I'm broke, oh, I don't have money, oh, I'm so poor, oh, this, that, and the other. Your words you almost start to convince yourself in your mind that you really don't have money. So many times you find that you're almost not even working as hard as a person who doesn't have money but has convinced themselves they're rich, or has started to speak over themselves and say, you know what, money is attracted to me. I make, money in expected and unexpected ways. This, that, and the other, and just speaking positive affirmations over themselves because now this person knows that, they have that capacity, they have the possibility, and they start working towards that. So your words have power. Be careful what you say to others and be careful what you say to yourself. Then the next one, still about words, is, guys, the word of God has the capacity to change you far more than anything in this world does. I'm saying this because I've lived it out, I've tested it, I've seen it. I can say for a fact that the word of God really has the power to change you guys. I don't know how to explain it. the Word of God. Read the Word of God, and every time before you read it, say a prayer and say, "Oh Lord Father, that you will, open the eyes of my understanding, that you may give me revelation in your word." And you start to read things, and to give you daily instruction, to tell you things about anger and how to deal with it. You start to see things about peace and how to, allow your heart to have peace and let your heart not be troubled. It will show you things about money, how to make money, in the most, can I say, spiritual way, like making money without there being an attachment to the money. Like, you're able to make money and make loads of it, because I think it's a spiritual thing, but without money being the thing that you're chasing after, where you have like this spirit of like materialism and all of that. It will show you and teach you how to deal with people, partnerships, relationships, all sorts of things. The Word of God has so much power to change you. All that you would read it and understand. I'm hearing noises in my background, and I'm home alone, and so I don't understand what's going on. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. The other thing that I would say is, it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to admit it. I think I, for a long time, was a person who always wanted to look like I was right. I always knew what I was doing. I always had all the answers. And sometimes you actually end up looking stupid by trying to look like you know everything, because someone will ask you to do something. You say, yeah, I can do it. And it takes you 10 minutes to do a job that could have taken you 2 minutes, and someone's like, what up? Like, you don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to have all the answers. If you don't know something, it's okay. Say you don't know it. Admit it. I think that that's a lot stronger and a lot bolder than acting like you have everything together and acting like you have all the answers and you know everything. Number next. I lost track of the numbers a while ago. Just let's keep it moving. Number next. Know your weaknesses to change them, not to get comfortable with them. For a long time, I had the weakness of not being confrontational, and I accepted it as who I was. I was like, I don't like confrontation. I don't like to have difficult conversations. Therefore, I won't have them leave me. Let's just push everything under the rug. It's okay. And then I learned that, okay, I have that weakness, not being confrontational, but that's not an excuse to continue living like that every day, forever and ever. What am I going to do about it? How is this affecting me? How is this affecting my life? How can I do better with this? What can I do so that I'm able to start having difficult conversations, so that I'm able to learn to confront people? I'm not going to get there in a day, but just start slowly and eventually you get there. So know what your weaknesses are and work towards changing them. Don't know your weaknesses and accept them as a thing about you. Make every effort you can to change the things about you that, you think are worth changing. Number 16, I think. I have a friend who was in film school, and I think she came up with a short film with that title. And so I read up about it, like the point of what that thing they were doing was and everything. And that has been my motto, like since the day I saw it. I was like, this is a whole vibe, a whole mood, a whole everything. Yeah. So give people their flowers while they're still dead, while they're still alive. Because basically what giving people their flowers when they're still alive means is you celebrate the people you have and celebrate the people around you while they're alive. Don't wait for someone to die to start saying, most times when people die, you start hearing all sorts of things. Like, you hear people who had beef, and then someone dies and they'll be like, oh, I remember Marlie. She was kind, so once in a while she'd call you and check on you and whatever. Yet this is someone, when I was alive, they had nothing nice to say about me. And it's like, keep that same energy then. Like, celebrate people while they're still alive. As human beings, we like to be affirmed. We like to hear nice things. We like to know that we have value. We like to know that we're adding some sort of meaning and value to this world. So tell people the things about them. Tell someone you love them. Never be afraid. Never hesitate to say it. Tell people how they've made you feel in a good way. Tell people the things about them that you think are really great. Draw out the value in them. Tell them, I see I see like greatness in you. I see a superstar in you. You have so much potential to change the world in so many ways. You can do so much. You can this, that, and the other. Just celebrate people while they're still here. Don't wait for someone to fall sick, someone to die or to almost die for you to start celebrating them. Don't wait for birthdays to start celebrating people. That's a good start, but if something happens in Jan, someone says something in Jan, and you realize, wow, Marlie is such a good person. I didn't wait for August, my birthday, to tell me. I remember in Jan when you did. Sis, no. Celebrate me in Jan. I probably won't remember by August. So celebrate people as and when it comes up, but celebrate people while they're still alive. It's 100% important. We 100% must do it. Okay? Okay. Your company. Your company or your environment has more of an impact on you than you think. Watch the company that you keep. There's the saying that tell me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. And I think that there's so much power in that statement. The people that you're around are going to encourage you to do certain things. If you have friends that, all they ever do is sit around and gossip, all they want to do is talk about other people's lives and whatever, it's only a matter of time. Even if it's not your nature, it's only a matter of time before you start to do that, before you start to, become comfortable with gossiping and talking about people all the time and not doing anything about your own life. If you're around people that are constantly looking for new ways to invest, you're always around people that are constantly trying to grow. They're always learning. They're always taking lessons, taking classes, studying this, that, and the other. With time, it's only a matter of time before you start to become that person, before you start to get involved in those kinds of things. So watch the company you keep. Your environment and your company is very, very important. It defines some of the choices that you make, whether you know it or not. Your company has more of an influence on you than you think. That's the thing that I've really learned. And I'm saying that because I've been in different kinds of companies and I've seen how a certain kind of company led me to partying every day and, live it up, and let's not, make plans for our lives and for the future, just party every day, keep it moving, and then changing company and seeing how now I'm in so many growth spaces and growth environments, and it's like I just want to keep growing and growing and growing, like never stop learning. Guys, celebrate every little victory in your life. Don't wait for something big, like maybe you want to start a business and you have a great 10-year vision for your business, and your plan is to be an international company. You want to be in at least 3 countries in every single continent, and you have all these big plans and everything. Don't wait to reach that point to celebrate every little victory, because those are the things that fuel you to be able to get to the next victory. So when you start the business, celebrate. Oh my god, I started a business, this is great, I'm grateful. When you make your first sale, we've made our first sale, this is amazing, incredible. When you move into your very first country, we're in the first country, guys, this is incredible. Celebrate every single little victory in your life. Don't wait for the biggest things to happen for you to celebrate. Celebrate every single victory. They're all worth celebrating, and they give you fuel to keep going on. The next thing, there is no right time. There's so many things that I could have done at earlier points in my life if I had the realization that there is no right time. Like, I literally would sit around and wait and say, oh no, it doesn't feel right, I'm not ready. Oh no, it doesn't feel right, I'm not ready. The truth is, you're probably never going to really be fully ready the way you envision to be 100% ready. And there's no feeling you get with, yeah, I'm ready, this is it. Or you wake up and you're like, today is a good day to start a business. There's no good day, there's no bad day, there's just today. Oh, that's deep, man. There's no good day, there's no bad day, there's just today. Start today. Whatever idea it is that you have, whatever plan it is that you have, whatever you want to do for someone, whatever you want to do for yourself, start today, start now. There's no right time to do it. The right time is this time, is now, time is today. Just get up and do it, and things will start to pan out and clear out as you continue to move forward. You people, there's so much joy and peace in having the realization that people will always have something to say. There will always be people that have something good to say, and there will always be people that have something bad to say. Ignore the people that have something bad to say. Appreciate those that have something good to say, but keep it moving. You can't make life decisions based on what you think people might say about you, because there will always be people giving you wrong opinions and right opinions. Opinions are not wrong or right. There'll always be people giving you wrong facts and right facts. There'll always be people, supporting you and those not supporting you. Like, there'll always be people saying all sorts of things. So if you're waiting for, someone to say something good, someone to say the right thing to you so that you can keep going, you're going to constantly struggle, because there'll be seasons where people are supporting you and people are saying good things. What happens when people start to feel you say something which you really believe in and it's controversial and people attack you, and it's like, oh my god, how could you say this? Will you like sit down, take a step back, and never do anything ever again? You have to get up and you have to keep moving. So do things because you know it's the right thing, because you believe it's the right thing to do, and because it's good, it's a good thing for you, it's a good thing for someone around you, it's going to help you. Not because people are going to say something good about it after, or don't do something or not do something because you're scared of what people might say. Do what you think is best, do what you know is best for you and the people around you. The world will adjust. Either they'll join you, or they'll hate you, or they'll whatever, but you can't let other people's opinions stop you from the greatness that lies ahead. There will always be people with something to say. Ignore them. Keep it moving. Do you, boo boo? Do you? My skin is looking so fresh though. What's the next thing? The other thing that I've learned, I like finances a lot. I'm always talking about them, aren't I? The other thing that I've learned is saving. Save for investment, not for a rainy day. Why? This life that we live, rainy days will always happen. There'll always be emergencies. There'll always be things that come up that are out of our control. You can't plan for that. I think it's important to plan for the unexpected, and you can maybe put aside your savings that you have specifically for emergencies, but that can't be the sole purpose of your savings. You have to have savings somewhere which you use for investment, because at the end of the day, investment is the thing that's going to bring money in with interest. So you're going to save 300,000. At the end of the day, you end up getting 350 out of it, or 500,000, or a million, depending on what you're investing in and where you're investing. And because the money, once you're investing, the money is accumulating, it starts to grow in whatever form it is, and so you grow, you'll be in your old age and you actually have money that you can rely on. And you set up a good fund and a good establishment for your children and your children's children. Really, that's what you should be doing. The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So ideally, that's what you should be aiming for. And so if you're saving for a rainy day, COVID was the rainiest day, and there are so many people who have literally wiped out all their savings because of the COVID season. And yet if a person had been saving specifically, maybe for emergencies also, but for investments, that you've taken out this money for emergencies, but you still have some sort of net worth value somewhere, sitting in the bank, sitting in this investment club, sitting in this business that you've started, and that at the end of it you're going to come out and you won't be starting from scratch. Because the thing with saving from emergencies, the thing with saving from emergencies is that every time an emergency happens, you start again from scratch. When you save for an investment, you are just building continuously. It's just building blocks one after the other. So save for investing, not for emergencies. You can have emergency money aside as well, because it's important to be prepared, but you need to have investment money. You need to have money that you're saving, that's actually growing, that's actually for the future, because you're not going to work forever. You can't, you shouldn't. Retire, live life, go on holiday, relax, just live a good life, man. Can I tell you something else? Forgiveness. Forgiveness is an important lesson to learn, because holding on to a grudge, harboring unforgiveness is like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. If you offend me, whether you've offended me or you don't know you've offended me, the truth is that you're going to move on from it faster than I am. You're going to move on from it maybe immediately. I'm going to hold on to this beef for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10. Maybe it's just months, a month, 3 months, whatever. The thing is, every time I see you, I'm angry. Every time I see you, I'm irritated. But for you, your life is going on. So I'm now not progressing in certain areas of my life in terms of not having peace. I have anger in my heart. I'm irritated. I'm angry. I'm upset. I'm everything. And yet for you, your life is moving on. So the thing that I've learned about forgiveness is that it really is for me. Like, forgiveness is about me and my peace of mind and my heart. And I deserve to be at peace. I deserve to be happy. So I'm going to forgive you, because as much as I have the right to be angry at you, I'm going to release myself of that right and choose to go with the right to be happy. I have the right to be happy and not hold on to grudges and not harbor anger and unforgiveness in my heart. So that's what I'm going to do, because I just wanna be happy. That was so off key. That was so terrible. I'm sorry you had to hear that. Jeez, man. Because I just wanna be happy. Still off key, but anyway. Regardless, we move. Alright, the last four. Number 21. 22. 30, yeah. Number 22 is growth. Be intentional about pursuing growth, because you're not going to grow. You grow, you age, like, you grow older, your bones, will start to act a certain way. You grow gray hair, you start to, like, you age, but you will not grow mentally, intellectually, just, as a person, if you are not intentional about it. Growth doesn't happen by accident, or at least significant growth doesn't. So for me, the thing that I've really learned is to be intentional about my growth. What areas of my life do I want to grow in? What things am I going to do in order to grow in those areas? Be intentional about your growth. Number 23, surround yourself with a good support system. It's important for you to have people around you who are going to be there to celebrate with you the good times. Whenever something good happens, they'll be there, they'll be with you, ready to celebrate, to make you feel loved, celebrating your birthday, celebrating anniversaries, celebrating maybe you've started a business, small victories, big victories, people there to celebrate with you, people there to lift you up and be a shoulder to cry on when you need it, when you're going through a difficult time, when you're going through a depression, when you're going through anxiety, when you're going through loss, whatever it is, friends who will actually genuinely be there for you. Good support system. Number 20, next, 24. Be consistent. Consistency is the most important thing I think a person can do for themselves in terms of character and in their lives. You can't be the type of person who someone never knows how to act around you, because number 24 is consistency. It's important for you to be a consistent person, so people are not constantly walking on eggshells when they're around you. It's like, oh, yesterday Marlie was in a good mood, it was a good day, so we were vibing, we were cracking jokes, we were having a good time and whatever. And then it's like, oh, today you come back, someone's joking around with you and you snap. You're not happy, you're not, like, be consistent with your character, whatever it is, the things about your character. Be consistent with who you are as a person. If you are the type of person who is going to show out, like you show up and you show out, every time you do something, you do your very best, let that be who you are. Don't do your very best on some days, on the days you don't feel like it, you decide you're not going to be that person. Be consistent with your character. Hopefully you're choosing the good character to be consistent with. The final one, number 25, is make time for the people who love you. That's not it. Number 28, number 25, the very final one. I don't remember what it was. Number 25, number 25. Number 25, the very final one, do the things that make you happy. Surround yourself with people that make you happy. Consume yourself, in work and projects and ideas and things that make you happy, because those are the things that fuel you. So find a way of doing the things that make you happy and being paid for them. Find a way of surrounding yourself with people that make you happy constantly. So the people at your workplace, create relationship with them, cultivate things so that they're people that make you happy, and you are a person that makes them happy. Your friends, spend time with them, but just surround yourself constantly around happiness. Do the things that make you happy, because to be happy is good. Yeah. This has been another episode of Randomly Marley, 25 lessons I've learned in 25 years of living. Not that I've learned one a year or anything, but I just wanted to share 25 lessons. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you catch every single Fridays when I release a new episode. So make sure you turn on the notification bell so you can be notified as soon as a new episode drops, so you don't have to wait for me to tell you about it. But also you can just follow me on my social media handles. I'm going to post them right here in the description box. Thank you. Bye.